not necessarily an acupuncture topic, but it is an issue that has been coming up multiple times in the last couple of weeks in my practice, because quite frankly, properly fitting undergarments can be a health issue if you are in the Cubs Runneth Over Club, or even if you're not in the Cubs Runneth Over Club. The weight of the human breast can exceed 20 pounds. Quite frankly, by a lot, but people who do not seem that big can have 20 pounds sitting on their chest. And if you are not properly supporting that weight, it is going to affect your posture. It's going to affect the curvature of your neck, your back, your shoulders, especially if your bra is relying on your shoulders to keep it up. So let's talk about, first and foremost, how do you know if a bra is properly fitting? First off, I'm going to tell you about a technique called the scoop and swoop. Basically, if you reach into your bra, you should be able to scoop all the breast tissue up. The breast tissue extends back to about here. And because of that, we need to make sure all of that is supported. So if your bra is having stuff sticking out here, it don't fit. If your bra is having stuff sticking out here, it don't fit. I also am going to say this is not a properly fitting bra, which I should be wearing when I'm doing this talk. But I have gained weight since I brought this bra, so it is not fitting me quite properly. So if you see this line here, that should not be happening as well. Signs of a properly fitting bra. The underwire should be touching the sternum. So the sternum is your breastbone. The underwire should be touching that. You shouldn't have it sticking out here or at any other weird angles. It should be what they call tacking against the skin. You also need to know that your, again, entire breast tissue is actually in the cup. So if you've got squidge hanging out back here or up here, your cup is too small. So let's start by talking about how we measure. Now, I am not an expert in measuring, or at least in sizing. So what I'm going to bring you to is one of my favorite websites, which is a bra that fits. So you're going to take your measurements, you're going to put them into this calculator, and that's going to give you your bra size. I'm not putting my real measurements in today because I don't feel like that. So I'm going to show you how to measure, and then we're going to put in some fake measurements, or maybe I'll be brave and put in my real measurements. And we'll go from there, okay? So you'll notice on here that, as soon as I pull up my screen so I am right on it, you'll notice that you're taking 6 different measurements, okay? The first one is your loose underbust, snug underbust, and tight underbust. So you can get a measuring tape at the Dollar Tree. This is where this one came from. You can get them at sewing stores. So around here, that'd be Hobby Lobby, maybe Michael's. You can get them off of Amazon. You can get tape measures almost anywhere. But you want to use a flexible tape measure. You do not want to use the tape measure that someone has stored in their tool cabinet. You want something that's flexible. You don't want the rigid, normal tape measures or construction tape measures. So what you're going to do, you're going to measure a straight line around the underbust. So you want this level versus the floor, right below your breast tissue is where you're going to go. So the first measurement is going to be your loose underbust. So this is just touching your skin. It's not falling off of you, but it's just touching your skin. So yeah, we're going to use real measurements because I don't feel like making mine up. All right, so that is 32.5 for me, and I'm using inches, which I will clarify later. So then snug underbust is, it's pressing into the skin, but it's not like gonna kill you. And so we're going to go to the next one, put that measurement in, and then tight is as tight as you can get it without like cutting off circulation. So yeah, right about the same. Sometimes, depending on how squishy you are, you're going to have a more of a variance in these numbers. Sometimes they're going to be all together. Either way is fine. All right. Now, the second set of measurements here should be done without a bra on. Really, the first set should be done without a bra as well. But I'm not going live in such a state. So we're just going to pretend. So we're going to start with your standing bust. So once again, we want to align parallel with the floor. All the way around. Since you won't be wearing a bra while you do this, your measurement might be a bit lower. That's why they have two other measurements. Because if you are more projected or gravity has been less kind, these numbers will be very different. All right, so we're going to take that straight line measurement around and put it in my standing bust. So leaning bust, you're going to go to about a 45 degree. You're going to do that same line, so largest portion of your bust. Again, this will be different, or you'll see more variance in this if you're not wearing a bra. So 45 degrees. Breathe, ladies, while you're doing this. All right, so let's see. That's a little different. Without a bra, that number usually goes up, FYI. Or sorry, I did this wrong. I forgot that it's lying and not leaning. So leaning bust is not 45 degrees, it's 90 degrees. So that gravity is stretching the girls to their utmost. All right. And then you're going to lie down on your bed, on your couch, on your back, whatever, and you're going to do the same measurement. Because I'm wearing a bra, it's not going to really change anything. So I'm just going to put in a number between the two. All right. Now, you'll notice the next option is sizing system. Let me switch over tabs real quick. Make sure we don't have any comments yet. If you have any questions, feel free to like, comment, explain, whatever. I will try to answer those, and if not, I will point you to a source that will help. All right, so sizing system. We have a couple different sizing systems. The two I'm familiar with are the UK sizing system and the US sizing system. UK sizing system is amazing, and it's recommended, and here's why it's recommended. In the UK, there was one company, I can't remember which one it was, but one company was like, you know what, we're not actually properly fitting women. And so we need to do better. We need to have a bigger size variance so that we can properly fit and properly support breast tissue. So they did that. And in doing that, they changed the industry in the UK and in Europe because now to compete, all the other companies had to do the same thing. So there's more companies in the UK and in Europe that have a broader range of sizes. So if you are getting a weirder size, UK sizing is a really good option. US sizing is helpful if you're in the US. US sizing is helpful if you are trying to find a bra company here, as long as you're not too extreme. If you're not over an H in US sizing, you can usually find it around here. If you're over an H, it's best to do UK sizing. Some of y'all are going to flip out at the idea that I just said H. The world goes beyond a triple D. So we're going to start with UK sizing because it's my favorite. We're going to go to inches because I did not do that in centimeters. I was assigned female at birth. Part of the reason they do this is there are dudes that have enough breast tissue that they need support. So, but the distribution of that can often be a little bit different. Gentlemen tend to have a wider distribution, where women tend to have a more projected distribution. So that can affect bra sizing. Doesn't really necessarily mean a whole lot. I'm going to hit submit. And it's going to think. All right. So my recommended bra size, which is down at the bottom here. I can't see it. Hold up. That way? Does that work? All right. So scroll down to the bottom. So my recommended bra size currently is a 32 double H in UK sizing. No, I don't want to leave. Stay. Cancel. Stop. Okay, cool. Technology, not my forte. All right. So I have a couple different places I go looking for bras. Because like I said, in US sizing, I'm looking at double H's, or in UK sizing. In US sizing, I think it's an L. Yeah, I'm a 32L. So, where in the world do you find bras when you go beyond a double D? Some of my favorite resources are ASOS.com. They carry a lot of the European bra lines, and that is absolutely fabulous because it means that they are carrying a broader range. They carry brands like Pour Moi. If you ever Google that one, make sure you type in bra. There are two companies that are called Pour Moi, and they are very different companies. So make sure you search bra if you do that. Fig Leaves is another great company. They stopped distributing directly to the US. They are on ASOS.com, however. If you are bustier, ASOS also has a curvier fit line, which I appreciate. What are my other favorites? Brawstop.com. So both of those you can do US returns, which I truly appreciate. Because when you're busty, you got to make sure that it actually fits. So ASOS.com, Brawstop.com are my two favorites currently. Now, if you're in that like triple D to H range, Boscov's actually carries up to H, and Torrid, depending on how big your band size is, also carries up to H. So there are options locally as well if you're in that kind of mid-range. There's also a bra shop up in Rehoboth called Something Comfortable, and they carry a broader range of bras as well. Again, they carry up to that range where I kind of am. They don't have as much pretty stuff in that range, of course, but they do actually carry it, which is an accomplishment in this area. Yeah. So we covered why we need a properly fitting bra, because we want to make sure that the support comes from the band, not from your shoulders. We want to make sure that it's helping you create proper posture so you don't have the pain in your back, your shoulders, your neck. We covered how to size you properly. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but this calculator gives you a place to start. Oh, and it's called abrathatfits.com is where I got that calculator. And then we also went over a couple places to get bras. There are other places. Feel free to check them out. Those are my favorites. Those are the ones I found. There's also a company called Playful Promises that carries higher. So ASOS.com and Brawstop I have used. Playful Promises I haven't, but they carry up to that. And then if you're kind of in that big but not overly big size range, you can always check out Boscov's, Torrid, and actually Target is starting to carry some larger bust sizes as well. If you have any questions, if I can help with anything, please comment below. I would love to answer your questions. Having bras that fit is a personal, I don't want to say vendetta, but mission of mine, because I know it changed my life when I got properly sized the first time. Because it changed how I stood. It changed my back. It changed everything. There are other levels of support garments. For example, sometimes I will use corsetry as well as bras to get that full level of support. But bras are a really good place to start. So, like I said, any further questions, anything I can help with, please feel free to comment on this, and I will try to get back to you. Have a wonderful evening otherwise, and try to stay dry in this